Hey, good morning, everyone. So, again, last night I'm reading the Family Row book, and Christianity Today magazine had talked about Roe v. Wade back in the day, back when it first came out. And they said that this is definitely a victory for paganism, for the unbelievers. And it's funny to look back from Roe v. Wade to now and see that they were correct. Um, there were a couple other people too, a Catholic magazine and another one talking about how awful this was. And, that was the beginning of Roe v. Wade. And here we are down the road and we see that it has gotten so much worse. Just that little bit, that little step in that direction has allowed women to be taught to kill their children, to be taught that it's okay to not have virtue. I'm on like a lot of different sites. I kind of like just throw myself out there with the abortion thing. I figure, it's not going to hurt me to be able to speak truth into a lot of these sites. So it's actually going to make me stronger and give me more of an experience in this in this whole conversation. So, I have these women talk about how a lot of women are pro-birthers. They are teaching girls to force birth when they should have a choice on what they want to do. And the truth is, we do want to teach girls responsibility. We want to teach them to take that, and when they've made a mistake or or the guy has or whatever, to take that responsibility. We want to teach them morals. We want to teach them to have some compassion for another human being. And this is what I was saying on one of the posts, to teach them to put someone else above themselves, another human being, especially little babies, babies who are the most vulnerable, the most helpless people in our society. We are just killing them. And I saw something on Classy in Pink the other night of all this harvesting and fetal cell research, and I haven't done a lot of that myself, but it's really disgusting to think about, aborted fetuses not only being killed, but being used for research by Fauci, Gates, and all this stuff. It's really disgusting. When you think about the elderly people too, we are supposed to treat elderly people a little more, for the most part, a little bit more gentle. And, we learn this from a young age, to be nice to the elderly people around us and older people, and to respect your elders. And when people are getting older, to realize they're more vulnerable. And, here we are with the pandemic, and you got Cuomo in New York, former governor who, is killing people in nursing homes. And you've just got this like Democratic Party that is all for killing. It's just like a crazy world we're living in. And I think we need to really raise our voice and speak up. I feel like we're next if we don't. And, this is just, it's an awful world we're living in right now. So I think Christianity Today had it right. I think we're seeing the results of this. I don't think they could have even imagined back then when they made that law that it would turn into something like it is today. I think it was something they expected Roe v. Wade to be an exception for mothers, like if her health was really bad, like she was going to die. I think that was probably what they were thinking when they made this law. I don't think it was, I don't agree with the law at all. I think a woman can sacrifice her life for her child. That's the point of being a mother. It's sacrificing. But I don't think they thought it would be, at this level where abortion is just convenience. You just, my body, my choice. I don't want to have a baby right now, so I'm just going to kill it. I don't think there's any way they could have foreseen how bad this would have been. This is like satanic worship now. So I think that we, need to get in there. We need to look at the history more of Roe v. Wade. A mother's right to privacy does not supersede the life of another person. I think they definitely weighed in on the wrong side, where the state has an interest in potential life. They should have leaned on that side more, because that's what the Declaration of Independence talks about. It talks about how we have life, liberty, and happiness. And when the government starts treading on people's rights, their natural rights, you have that right because you're born, then people need to rise up, states need to rise up and say, you're out, you're fired, you're out of the government, because that's what the Declaration tells us. When we start having these people who are, abusing their power at this level, then they need to be, it needs to be destroyed. The government needs to be, these people need to be fired. And, something else too, we have these people in recent politics, and I'm not real big on politics, but it does affect our life, and we should know about what's going on. We have Biden with the whole Afghanistan thing, and, I really think that he should be impeached. We shouldn't be having leaders in our military and a president doing the stuff that they do. So I think we need to be watchful and in prayer, and really start voicing ourselves and standing up for things before we lose our freedoms even more. So, it doesn't have to be real extreme, but just knowing some more history about Roe v. Wade, knowing where it came from, knowing the people who stood up for it at the time, and who was against it, and what they said about it. And you can just see the decline in the culture, how, they definitely, there was more opposition then than there is now for abortion. And I think they had it more right. Okay, thanks for joining me today, guys.